Hi guys, Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube channel. So before I get this going, if you could like this video, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you'll know whenever I do new videos, it'll pop up. And yeah, hope you guys are doing good during this pandemic. So I live on the Virginia side of the DMV area, and we are on stay-at-home orders until June 10th. Crazy. This is just crazy. I'm grateful that my husband's working from home. I'm grateful that I haven't killed him. I'm grateful that I love him and that I like being around him. Otherwise, I probably would have killed it. No, just kidding. I really do love being around him, though. So it's, but it does get old sometimes being cooped up. Like, I'm used to being able to hop in the car and go to whatever store I want to go to, and I have a new backdrop, as you can see. Ooh, and I'm going to try really hard not to touch my hair or my face. So today I am going to do a reading with Dakota James. So let me just get started. Dakota James disappeared on January 25th, 2017 at the age of 23. The night he disappeared, he had been out with friends on Liberty Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. He was headed home on the north side. The last known picture of Dakota was taken on a surveillance camera in the Cultural District as he walked through Katz Plaza and down an alley towards Fort Duquesne Boulevard. I think you pronunciate that Duquesne. If I'm wrong, let me know. The official theory is that Dakota crossed Fort Duquesne Boulevard and went down the steps from the Clement Bridge to urinate along the Allegheny River. The evidence indicates he may have fallen into the water, and at that time of the year with the water temperature, you only need a couple of minutes before you go into shock, and that's that. Or so says the Allegheny DA Stephen Zappala. So when Pam James, that's Dakota's mom, got the call that her son was missing, she immediately knew that it was bad, that there was trouble, immediately. She said she never believed that he would walk across the river to go to pee and then fall in. It just didn't make sense to her. So after all this happened, Pam and her husband Jeff moved from Frederick, Maryland to Pittsburgh temporarily to kind of investigate, research. 5 days after Dakota was last seen, police accepted their missing persons case. Okay, so it was during the last few days of the search that Pam and her husband Jeff learned that from Dakota's friends that he had been through something like this before. I was like, what? What do you mean? So he apparently had been poisoned before, prior to this, or yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, y'all. Retired New York City Police Detective Kevin Gannon, who's been researching the cases connected to the smiley face killer, thinks that Dakota was drugged again in the night that he disappeared. Okay, so I had another case, Will, that they said was connected to the smiley face killer. When I did the connection, what I got, I don't think it is. Like I said, I don't think it is. You can go back and watch the Will Hurley video. So Kevin Gannon said, I believe he was drugged like all of our other victims, abducted off the street, held for a period of time before they killed him, and then placed him in the water. Dakota's body was found in the Ohio River near the Interstate 79 bridge over Neville Island 40 days after he disappeared. The Allegheny County medical examiner ruled Dakota's death an accidental drowning. Detective Gannon and the James family hired world-renowned forensic pathologist Dr. Cyril Weck to review Dakota's autopsy. Weck said there were definitely red flags. He said Dakota's body didn't look like it had been in the water for 7 weeks. Gannon added, there's no way a body could travel 10 miles through a dam for 40 days and be in that pristine of a condition. It's impossible. I've seen hundreds of cases, and I'm telling you, it just doesn't make sense. There were pictures of Dakota's body, and there were supposedly ligature marks around his neck in some of them. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so prior to connecting with Dakota, I was able to see a lot of things. So when I connected with William Hurley, I saw two 18-wheeler drivers. They they looked similar to be brothers or cousins. So with this, I was again seeing both trucks. I was seeing the same man all over again. Yeah, I had said this in William Hurley's video. It's like these two are in competition almost to see who can abduct and kill the most amount of people, I guess. So when Dakota's friends had told his parents that he had been drugged like 6 weeks before, I kept seeing a guy who runs in their circle, but he wasn't like really close to Dakota. And I'm not sure why, but I kept getting like that he was the one that was responsible for drugging Dakota the time before he actually disappeared. I don't know. So, and the other thing was that I was getting that Dakota's circle of friends, somebody knows who that was that did it and why they did it. So I'm not sure why they haven't come forward with that information. So I'm not sure why, but I'm seeing this time the two 18-wheeler drivers, it's the other guy. Not the one that is responsible for William Hurley's death. This is the other guy. They resemble each other, so I think they're brothers or cousins. Yeah. And I was also seeing Dakota being put in the trunk of, it was like a gold-colored Buick. It was like a 4-door Buick, maybe like an early 2000s model or something. I'm not sure why, but I saw that like several times. Kept seeing it. Oh, and that was the other thing. So I'm seeing Dakota being put into the trunk, and it's that other 18-wheeler driver, not the one who abducted William Hurley, but the one who looks like him, the other guy. That's who's putting him in the trunk. So I think that driver, that guy has an older Buick. Okay, so I was seeing he was being put into this car, and then I was seeing this car, and this car was like headed out of town, so it wasn't like in the downtown area, it was headed out of town. You could see like, you know, like it was more like farmland, more rural area, and it was going down this road, and then it made a left, and it was going down like a 2-lane road, and it was going down like the 2-lane road for, I don't know, probably, gosh, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 miles. And then it pulled off like to this like driveway, and then the driveway was like really, really long. Yeah, if you go down this, pull off this 2-lane road, go down this driveway, and the driveway just goes and goes and goes, and then you come up on this older, dumpy looking house. The house is maybe like, it's like tiny, like 2 bedrooms, and it's like, you know, an older house that doesn't have hallways. It just goes like room, room, room. You know, there's like no hallways. It's just room, 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 room. You know, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I was trying to connect with Dakota. I continued to try to connect with him, you know, many, many times. I was not able to connect with him. I'm not sure why. But again, I was able to get this information, and I really think, you know, this is where he was taken, and I think, yeah, I think that guy that drives the 18-wheeler was there. So, and I could be, here's the other thing, I could be off about how long he drove. You know, I say it could be 10 miles, it could be 20 miles, hell, it could have been 200 miles, because I don't always see things in real time. A lot of times things are kind of like condensed in like a little movie version, you know, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I will continue to try to connect with Dakota. In the meantime, I don't know, gosh, I just feel so bad I just feel bad for the parents, you know, I just really do, but, Okay, guys, so that about does it for me. Stay nice, be kind to people, wash your hands, wear your mask, don't go out unless you absolutely positively are out of food. Like, I have enough food in I have a little tiny deep freeze about this big. I have enough food in there that, you know, we could live for a couple of months. I wouldn't have any fresh produce or anything like that, of course, because I would run out of it, but, you know, we could get by. And, you know, whereas before I would hop in the car and go to the store and be like, oh, let me go to the other side of town and go to this store, or let me go over here. You know, you can't do that now. So So stay home, guys. Stay home. Get well. Stay safe. Yeah. So that does it for me. Bye, guys.